Hi, Explore Jordan with Jules. Here I sit in my hotel room at Wanimusa Petra in Jordan. This is my go-to hotel, Alanbat Midtown, where I stay when I'm not in the north in Amman. Today I went down to Petra for a short visit. I went down at about 11, I came out about 3. This is summer, this is 35 degrees it was today, it was a bit of a hot day, and I had an encounter with an American woman, and I just am reflecting on that interaction, and these are a couple of things that I'm going to rant about. Before I start my little rant, I'll just apologise for the air conditioner. For some reason, I think I've broken my microphone, so that isn't working. So today is the 5th of July, and I went down into Petra. What I chose to do this time, because it's summer, I chose to go down on the electric buggy and come back on the electric buggy. So that takes away a couple of kilometres walking down into Petra, and the 2 kilometres walking on the hill, the incline coming out of Petra from the Treasury up through the SIC to the Petra Visitor Centre. Anyway, today, while I was down there, I noticed an older American lady and a younger lady, and they were making a bit of a scene about something. I cannot remember what this specifically was, but it was enough that I noticed them. And so when it was time for me to come back up, I'd been talking to a few travel guides, some Jordanian guides. I had been showing some people how to do reverse selfies to get that better vision of a photo of people when they're standing in front of the Treasury. What else had I been doing? I had been chatting to some of the Bedouin about the changes that has happened down in Petra over the last 6 months since I was here last. Anyway, when I was sitting waiting for the electric buggy to come back up to the visitor centre, they just wait for the buggy to fill up with people and then they go up. So if you're the first person sitting on the buggy, you may have to wait a portion of time before the buggy's full enough to go up. They're not just going to transport one person up to the visitor centre. Anyway, this woman came to the attendant with the electric buggy and was saying she wanted to go down. She wanted to go down. And so the attendant was pointing her from the Treasury down the street of facades, which is down into the park. Because what she didn't understand was when you leave the Petra Visitor Centre, you come down the walking path, you come down the uncovered section through the SIC, down to the Treasury, down, and then everything from there, street of facades, amphitheatre, around Zamzam, up Colonnaded Street to Cassie Bent, is all flat. Once you get to Cassie Bent and then the basin, and then you want to go to the monastery, that's up. And then from there, you can also go down to the rear entrance. Yeah, you can get out of Petra through the rear entrance. I knew that that's not what she wanted. She wanted the Petra Visitor Centre so that she could live. She kept demanding to the guy, she wanted to go out. She wanted to go out and she wanted to go down. And the guy explained to her, out is this way and it's up. So if you want to have a ride and pay your 15 JD, because 25 JD for a 2-way trip, 15 JD for a 1-way trip, yep, we will take you up. I don't want to go up, I want to go down, I want to get out, I want to get out, I want to find my car, I want to find my driver, I want to out. Okay. That way's down, and that's street of facades, blah, blah, blah. No driver. If you want, you can come and we'll go up and to the visitor centre and then you can leave. Woman was not having a bar of this. She was not having a bar of this. So I explained to her, hey, look, do you not mind? Can I just say, he's right. You have to go up to get out of the park, and your car park will be near the visitor centre, and your driver will be there. So just for now, just trust him and pay your money, and we'll go up. We'll go up and we'll go out, and you can leave for the day. Stone-faced, horrible. Anyway, she got onto the buggy, not happy. She paid her 15 JD, absolutely fine. So what this interaction gave to me is two things. The two things are, if you want things to be like they are at home, the sights, the smells, the sounds, the tastes, don't travel. Because if you want things the way they are at home, stay at home. Because when you travel, the sights, the sounds, the smells, the heat, the temperature, the sand, the dirt, the camel poop, the donkey poop, the language, it's different. It's meant to be different. If it was meant to be the same, it would be like at home. It's not like at home. That's why you travel, so you can experience things. If you want things the way they are at home, and for things to work out the way they do at home, don't travel. The other thing that came to me from this was that clearly she'd done no research. Clearly she didn't understand where she was. Clearly she didn't understand the, what do you call it, directions. Geography? No, I don't know. Orienteering? Yeah, maybe she wasn't orientated to the space that she was in. And I will put a map of the Petra site here, where you can see it's got several different distinct sections, and it's called the main trail. And to get down into Petra, you've got to come down the hill, blah, 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 explore. So if you are going to go to a country, at least give it a little bit of respect to understand where you are, both geographically in the world, politically in the world, and the sites that you are visiting. Because if you don't do that and you just arrive cold, there's a huge opportunity that you're actually going to miss a lot. You're not going to look out for things that you may be alerted to by doing a little bit of research. You may overlook things. You just miss so much if you don't do any research about where you are going to visit. And this is an older lady. She should know better, but she was having her hissy fit. And I can understand, when I first started travelling, I did a hissy fit once in Turkey that humiliated me, and I never have done it again. And it was in relation to tipping, because the Turkish lira was in thousands, and the person didn't give me back my change and a meal, and I was making a hissy fit. I'm going, wow, it's so much money, until one of my friends said, that's about 25, 30p. It's nothing. You've only tipped him about 20p. And I was so humiliated that I was making such a scene about this, I just gave him more money, because I didn't have an understanding about exchange rates and different currencies. Never did it again. And this was, I would have had to have been in my 20s. So that was decent 35, 40 years ago. I have never, in my 20s, 40 years ago, 20, 37, 35 years ago, I have never done it again. You make a mistake like that and you humiliate yourself once, and you go, ooh, never going to do that again. So the other story that reflects back, and it's a Jordanian story as well, and it happened to be an American, and this was the last time I was here in 2023, in November, and it was about going to the baptism site. And there was an American man, an older American man, on my tour, and it's a very guided tour once you get to the baptism site, Bethany beyond Jordan, and you go down on a bus, and then you do some walking through the area, and then you go to the river. And this guy, when he got there, he went, what's that over there? What big concrete, stark, horrible building on the occupied Palestine side? And the guide said to him, well, this is the baptism site of Jesus, and Jesus is important to all three monotheistic religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. So that's the occupied Palestine side, and they are visiting for the same reason. And this guy says, I went to Israel last week, and I went to a baptism site. there. You were across the river at the same point. And you didn't notice that there was a group of people on the other bank of the river visiting and, you know, doing their rituals and stuff and doing some singing and, you know, different things that people do, waddling their feet in the water. You'd been over that side of the river last week and you didn't see these people, and now you are here on this bank looking at them going, who are they? Why do you travel? Why do you travel if you have no understanding about where you are geographically located? That you visited the same site from either side of the river and you were oblivious to it. Maybe I just have an over expectation of what to expect of people and of travel and of what I choose to do. I could be completely wrong on all of these, and you should never listen to anything that I say. You should never do any research about where you visit, and you should always expect it to work out the way you want it to, and for it to be like home. Maybe that is what is right, and I am completely wrong. But there are so many wonderful YouTubers. I've got hundreds of videos about Jordan, about travel in general, packing and everything. There are so many fabulous YouTubers that tell you about Jordan, what to expect, when to visit, how to visit, what to take, what to pack. Hundreds. Do some research. These people are putting out some amazing information about visiting Jordan, about visiting Petra, visiting any country. Do some research before you come. You are really missing out and you are humiliating yourself if you're standing on one side of a river not realizing that you were on the other side of the river the week before. My rant. As I say, I'm completely wrong. Could be completely wrong. Could be completely wrong. In my universe, I'm not. So accept this or don't accept it. Come and visit Jordan. Jordan is the most amazing space. It changed my life 7 years ago when I first visited, and I have visited now 12 times, 11, 12 times, easy, to the point where I bought a property here. Come and visit. It will change your life. Visit for 3 days, 4 days, 7 days, 10 days. The longer you stay, the more places that you will get to see, because not everything is on the main drag. Getting a private driver gives you that experience of going to these out-of-the-way places and having the most amazing experience. Come and visit Jordan. That was my experience today on the 5th of July 2024 on my encounter with an American woman at the Treasury in Petra. This is Explore Jordan with Jules saying stay safe everybody and happy travels.